Let's get started. My name's Mary. Welcome. We're going to be here for an hour of Vinyasa yoga flow. We're going to do a little bit of core work today, just on strengthening the core. Again, this is an all levels class, so just come as you are, meet your body where you are today, and whatever doesn't feel good, just take care of yourself, take care of your body, rest and hydrate whenever you need to. So we're going to come to a comfortable seat. I'm sitting up on a block because I like to elevate my hips up above my legs. That just feels better for me. So find a comfortable seat. You could be up on a pillow, whatever feels good for you. You could also just be laying down if you're super tired. So grounding your sitting bones, lifting up nice and tall, lift your spine up away from the pelvis. And just start by inhaling, shoulders to the ears, squeeze the shoulder blades together, exhale down the back. Again, shoulders up, inhale. Exhale back and down. Again, shoulders up, inhale, and exhale back and down. Placing the hands on knees or thighs, closing your eyes if that feels okay for you, taking a deep breath in. And exhale slowly, empty your lungs completely. Inhaling through the nose. Open the mouth, let it go. Again, inhaling through the nose, bigger, rounder, wider breath. And open the mouth, let it go. Again, inhaling through the nose, fill the belly, fill the back of your heart, and open the mouth, let it go. Seal the lips, inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top. And exhaling, 5, 4, slow it down, 3, 2, 1, empty. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. Exhaling, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, empty. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. Exhaling, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, empty. Good. Continue breathing here, slowing down your breath. Just feeling the flow of the breath in and out of your body. Feel the breath expanding your back body, expanding the back ribs. Your breath making space behind the heart. Inhaling up the length of the spine, growing taller, and exhaling down the spine through the tailbone into the earth, growing taller through the top of the head, keeping the shoulders soft, the heart is lifted, and the tips of the ears lift, the chin drops just slightly towards the heart. And as you're breathing, begin to notice how your body is feeling today without any judgment. Just notice how you're feeling, how the physical body feels. Notice any areas of tension, tightness, or where you may be holding on to stagnant energy or energy no longer serving you. And make an effort with your breath to send your breath into these places in your body and begin to find more softness and release with every inhale and exhale. Just a couple more breaths here before we start the movement practice. Soften the face, soften the eyes, soften the jaw, and keeping the heart lifted. And on your next inhale, lifting your arms up to the sky, spread the fingers wide, draw the belly in. Exhale, carefully bowing forward, turn your palms to face up, let your head be heavy, and just take a moment here. Set any intention or dedication for your practice today. How can yoga serve you, your body, mind, and spirit? Is there anything you can offer away or let go of to make space for something else? Or even thinking of someone in your life who needs a little extra love or support, you can also dedicate your effort to them. All right, turning the hands, walking the hands in, sitting up nice and tall, bringing the palms to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Inhale here. Exhale. On the next inhale, open the eyes, arms up to the sky, lift up, And exhale, twist. Bring the right hand behind you, left hand near your thigh. Inhale, tall spine, lift your heart. Exhale, twisting deeper. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale, arms back up to center. Reach up, find length. And exhale, twisting left, left hand behind you, right hand near your thigh. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, twisting deeper. Inhale here. And exhale. And inhale, arms up. And then come to a tabletop position. So bringing your knees hip width wide, your shoulders over your wrists. Spreading your fingers wide for a cat-cow. So inhale, drop the belly, the head and heart lift. We're gonna do a few of these. Exhale, pressing the floor away. Feel the shoulders spread across the back. Inhale, drop the belly, collarbone wide, ground the shins. Exhale, press the floor away. Starting to connect your breath to the movement. Inhale, drop the belly, couple more rounds. And exhale, press the floor away. Again, inhale. And exhale. And come back to neutral and just start to circle your hips. You could start small. You can sit way back onto the heels. You could flip the palms so the fingers point towards you and do a cat-cow that way, bending the elbows a little bit. You can also gaze over the left shoulder, looking at the left hip, breathing into the right side body, and then switching. Again, you're just inviting some movement into the body. If you circled the hips, start to go the other way. You can rotate out the wrists or the neck. Okay, and then come back to center, spread all 10 fingers wide, your first finger pointing straight forward, your wrist parallel with the top of the mat. Tuck your toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. And once here, bending one knee, walking it out, bending the other knee, pedaling out the legs. And really spreading the fingers wide apart here, grounding a lot between your thumb and the first finger, pressing into the pads of the fingers. And then come to stillness. You really want to use the whole hand here, so your weight is not just sitting in the wrist. So use your whole hand, ground the webbings of the hands into the floor. Lift way up onto the tiptoes and lift the hips even higher, then bend the knees and press the chest towards the thighs and the back wall. The feet are hip width apart, the gaze is between the feet or past the shins, and you're pressing down and forward with the hands so the arm bones feel nice and long, and then slowly straightening your legs to your degree, grounding your heels towards the floor. Of course, it's okay if they don't touch. And maybe keeping the bend in the knees if your back is rounding a lot. So inhale, come to high plank. And exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. And exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Forearm plank. Bring your forearms to the floor, scoot the toes back a little bit. I like to bring the toes together more or less. And the palms can be flat. If you need more support, you can interlace the hands or palms to touch. You can also always lower the knees. So pressing into the forearms and the hands, feeling the space between the shoulders spread, heels active towards the back wall, legs active, inner thighs a little higher. Hug your hips in towards each other, lengthen the heart a little more forward, gazing between the thumbs. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Sphinx, lower the knees, lower the thighs, untuck the toes, pressing into the palms and forearms, energetically pulling them back as you press the pelvis gently into the floor and draw the low ribs and the heart forward. Reach through the inner ankles, sternum forward, gaze over the right shoulder, and then change and gaze over the left shoulder, just a gentle stretch of the neck. Come back to center, inhale. And exhale, lower. Hands under shoulders, press back to child's pose. Bringing your knees wide, hips back, arms long, third eye to the floor. Hips a little side to side, sinking your belly between the thighs. Third eye to the floor. So this is your resting pose. If you ever need to take a break during class and you just need to chill and relax, just come here to child's pose and take some deep breaths and just feel your body. Always rest whenever you need to. Take care of yourself today. When you're ready, all fours, downward facing dog. Walking your feet to the top of the mat. Feet hip width wide, which hip width wide is 2 fists more or less between the feet. So bending the knees, ragdoll, grabbing your opposite elbows, letting the head hang heavy. Bring the body weight a little more forward. And you can shift the weight a little side to side from one hip to the other if that feels good, and sort of sway the upper body. Or you could just be still, pulling the belly up and in, sinking the top of the head deeper. Slight tuck of the chin, lengthen the neck. Let the head be really heavy like a bowling ball. One more breath. Release the elbows, bend the knees a lot. Slowly roll up to stand, one vertebra at a time. The chin comes up very last. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, arms into the sky, palms touch. Gaze at the base of the thumbs. Reach through your ring finger. And soft knees, exhale, bow forward, fold. Hands through heart center. Halfway lift, lengthen. Inhale, draw the hips back, heart forward. Exhale, fold. Place the right fingertips under the face. You could also have them up on a block. Bend the right knee, left arm up to the sky. Inhale here. Now exhale, the left fingertips under the face. Bend the left knee, right arm inhales up to the sky. And exhale, right hand down and switch. Inhale, bend the right knee, left arm up. Exhale, left fingertips down, bend the left knee. Inhale, right arm up. And exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky, spike the heels, reach up. And exhale, bow forward fold, hands through heart center. Halfway lift, lengthen. Inhale. Exhale, fold the right toes to the back of the mat. Lower the right knee, low lunge. On your inhale, engage your thighs and rise, arms up. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog. Inhale to high plank. Exhale, lower all the way to the floor. Untuck the toes, low cobra, bhujangasana, head and heart lift on your inhale. Exhale, forehead lowers, child's pose. All fours, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts to the sky, inhale. On the exhale, right foot steps between the hands, lower the left knee. On your inhale, low lunge, Anjaneyasana, arms up, lift up. Exhale, hands down, left foot top of the mat, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky, spike the heels, gaze up. Exhale, bow forward fold, hands through heart center, fingertips to the floor, halfway lift, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, fold left toes, back of the mat, lower the left knee. On your inhale, low lunge. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower all the way to the floor. Untuck the toes, bhujangasana, low cobra. Energetically pull the palms back as the low ribs and heart come forward. Keep the gaze on the mat or a little beyond. Exhale, lower, child's pose. All fours, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts to the sky, inhale. Exhale, left foot between the hands, low lunge, lower the right knee gently, engage your thighs and rise, arms up. Exhale, hands down, right foot top of the mat, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky, spike the heels, gaze up. This time, exhale, hands to heart center, pause, inhale. Exhale, arms by your side. Turn the palms to face out, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the heart, feel the inner thighs pull back. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky, Surya Namaskar A. Exhale, soft knees, bow, forward fold. Connecting your breath to the movement. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank, pause and plank, inhale. If you're ready, exhale, lower halfway, chaturanga. I'm shifting forward the wrist, bending the elbows just halfway while they touch the ribs, untuck the toes, lifting up into upward dog. I like a slight bend in the elbows in up dog to open the shoulders a little more. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause here, breathe here, 3 breaths. You can always open the mouth and let it go. 2 more breaths, lift the hips even higher, feel the arm bones nice and long. Use your whole hand, 1 more breath. Really press into the floor, press down and forward. Now inhale to the toes, exhale, bend the knees, look between the hands, lightly walk, step, jump, top of the mat, halfway lift, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky, spike the heels, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center, pause, inhale. Exhale, arms by your side. Again, same thing, inhale, sweep the arms up. On the exhale, we bow, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back to plank. Moving through your vinyasa, exhale, you lower. You can always go all the way to the floor or knees, chest, chin to the floor, up dog or low cobra, top of the thighs are off the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. You can always open the mouth. 2 more breaths, shoulders away from the ears. 1 more breath, hips a little higher. Now inhale to the toes, exhale, bend the knees, lightly walk, step, jump, top of the mat, halfway lift, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky, spike the heels, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center, pause, inhale. Exhale, arms by your side. Heel toe the feet together, big toes touch, Utkatasana, chair. Sink back and down as you exhale. So if you cannot see your toes when you look at them, draw the knees and hips back, peel the belly away from the thighs, lengthen the tailbone to the floor. Plug the shoulders in and lift the heart and lift the gaze and try to knit the low ribs together just a little bit. Sink deeper, more weight in the heels, light on the toes. And on the count of 5, we're gonna lower the seat and come into Navasana bow pose. So lowering the seat, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Navasana bow pose. So Navasana, you can always start with feet flat on the floor and then grabbing behind the knees, elbows wide, collarbone wide. My calves and shins are really parallel with the floor. I'm trying to create like a tight V with the upper and lower body. So yes, your hip flexors are working, but try and engage more of the core. I like to keep the gaze where the wall hits the ceiling so the heart and gaze stay lifted. So either stay in your Navasana pose, or if you're able to, release the hands, palms up and take a deep breath in. And exhale, Ardha Navasana, lowering so the feet hover. I'm gonna keep the gaze here at the feet and the shoulder blades off the mat. Engage the core as you inhale, lift. Exhale, lower and lengthen. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Again, my feet and shoulder blades, head and neck are off the mat. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Now place the feet on the floor, hip width wide. Hands behind you, fingertips pointing towards your seat. Reverse tabletop. Press into the floor, lift the hips and thighs up. You can either keep the gaze at the belly, or if it's okay on your neck and you're breathing, let the head lay back. Your breath is gonna be the indicator of if you've gone a little too far. If you find yourself holding your breath, just back off a little bit. 1 more breath here. And exhale, lower the seat back to Navasana. You can secure the hands behind the knees, create the tight V with the upper and lower body. Maybe releasing. Of course, you can always just stay in Navasana. Inhale here, lift up, and exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And this time when you exhale, lower, rock all the way back onto your back and bring the knees to the chest. And give yourself a little squeeze. You can rock a little side to side. You can do some circles with the knees together, which massages the low back. You can go one direction, go the other direction. Okay, and now we'll start with the feet on the floor. Arms are gonna come up over the head. So first I'm gonna lift my arms up and flex my palms so it looks like I'm pressing up against the ceiling. And then I'm gonna lift the legs and I'm gonna bring the knees wide and try to hug the knees into the arms or armpits, like the top of the arms or armpits. And I'm gonna curl the tailbone up as I do that. And I'm also gonna lift the chest. So I'm lifting the chest and pressing up towards the sky and hugging the knees in, curling the tailbones up. And on my inhale, I'm gonna lengthen and hover like a handstand on the floor. So my legs stretching out, my palms stretching out, and on the exhale, curl. Palms up to the sky, knees in towards the armpits. Inhale, and exhale, curl. Curl the tailbone up. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, curl and lift the upper body as well and press up against the sky. Inhale, lengthen, 2 more, and exhale, curl. Inhale, lengthen. It's like a crow pose on your back. Exhale, curl. Let's do 1 more. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, curl. Good. Bring the knees to the chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Rock a little side to side. Interlace the hands behind the head. Legs straight up to the sky. You can either bend the left knee and place the foot on the floor, or if it's okay for you, you can let the left leg go long and hover. I'm gonna inhale, head, neck, and chest off the mat, shoulder blades off the mat, and take the left hand outside the right shin and pump up for, pulse up rather, for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And switch, left leg up, right leg, either foot on the floor or right leg goes long and hover. Release the right hand and curl up towards the left, right hand outside the left shin for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees to the chest, give yourself a squeeze, rock a little side to side. Good, take a deep breath. Hands behind the thighs, rocking forward and back, forward and back. You're gonna try and rock up to Utkatasana chair pose without using your hands. Ready? So get some momentum and coming up to Utkatasana. And it's okay if you use your hands. I'm not looking, there's no judgment. This is a judgment-free zone. You're in your Utkatasana. Sit back and down. On your exhale, find some length, then ground down, lift up, palms up. Reach up, stretch the belly, and exhale, bow, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, jump or step back, Chaturanga Dandasana. On your exhale, you lower with control, chest wide, gaze forward. Inhale, up dog or low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts to the sky, inhale. Exhale, high lunge, right foot between the hands. On your inhale, engage your thighs and rise, left heel high. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank. Vinyasa, you lower with control. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, left foot steps between the hands. High lunge on your inhale, engage your thighs and rise, right heel higher. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank. Moving through your vinyasa. You can always skip these vinyasas and just hang in down dog. That's fine. Up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause here, breathe here. You can always open the mouth. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Lift the hips even higher. Now inhale to the toes, exhale, bend the knees, look between the hands, lightly walk, step, jump, top of the mat, halfway lift, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana chair, sitting back and down on your exhale. On your inhale, ground down, rise up, palms touch, gaze up, find length. Hands to heart center, pause, inhale. Exhale, arms by your side. You're gonna heel toe the feet, kind of the width of the mat. So toes out, heels in, toes out. Arms up to the sky, inhale, and I'm gonna drop my seat, hands through heart center into Malasana squat. And I'll face you so you can see this. Malasana squat, if you are having trouble like the heels coming up a lot, maybe try making the base wider. You could also sit on a block or something else here just to elevate yourself. So my hands are in the heart center, I'm lowering the tailbone down and I'm lifting the heart and lengthening the spine up. The sternum lifting into the thumbs, the elbows in the inner thighs, and I like to do a little rock side to side here. Just feels good. And here just noticing where the weight is in the feet. Like for me, I always notice it's kind of like going towards the inner arch. So just be aware of this, observe, and try to spread the weight into all four corners of the feet. So you can stay right here, or maybe the right fingertips to the floor, the left arm up to the sky, gazing up towards the left fingers. You could full bind here if you want. I'm not gonna do it today, but if you're full binding, left arm wrapping behind you, the right thumb rotating down in front of the shin, and then grabbing onto the hand or the wrist or even a towel or a shirt or a strap to help you out there. Coming back to center, reset. Now left fingertips to the floor, right arm up to the sky, open the chest. Of course you could half bind or full bind. One more breath. And then hands back to heart center. Now you can stay here or Bakasana crow pose. We did this on our back, so we will do it here as well. Crow, if you're new to crow, I advise maybe putting a block in front of the head so you can kind of play with the balance and not feel like you're gonna fall too far. So crow pose, to set up, the hands are shoulder width apart. The goal is to lift the hips and try to get the hips high and the knees as high onto the arms or armpits as you can. You need to bend the elbows, but you have to hug the elbows in. So no elbows splaying out. Hugging the elbows in like you do in chaturanga, knees high onto the arms or armpits, body weight more forward, keeping the gaze, for me about 6 inches in front of the fingertips, and play with lifting one foot or the other. Again, if you're new, maybe laying the head on the block and just feeling the balance there and playing with the balance. So pressing the floor away. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you have it in your practice, you can shoot back to plank. Otherwise, make your way plank, down dog, maybe through a vinyasa. Of course, don't forget you have child's pose if you need to rest, and always take a moment to hydrate if you need to. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. Deep breath in down dog. And open the mouth. Right leg up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Lower your left heel towards the floor. Lower that right shoulder a little bit, so you're pulling that left armpit up and pressing down and forward with the arms, and the hands rather, so the arm bones are long. Right kneecap a little higher. Now inhale, straighten the right leg, rotate the right hip down. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands, warrior 2, left heel turns down, take up a lot of space. Taking a moment, about 3 or 4 breaths in your warrior 2. So my right toes are straight forward, the heel is lining up with the back heel or the back arch. I like heel to heel. The left toe is slightly pointing towards the top left corner of the mat. Pull your belly up and in. Feel that right thigh rotating externally to open that right knee towards the pinky toe. That left thigh is rotating a little bit internally to draw that left hip point slightly forward. So my pelvis is really pointing towards this top left corner of the mat. And I'm going to draw the left ribs back a little bit so the torso comes a little bit left as the knee is going to the right. Gazing over the fingertips, one more breath, sink a little deeper. Now inhale, flip the right palm, reach up and back, reverse your warrior. Stay on the exhale. Inhale here, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, come back to center, side angle pose. The right elbow to the right thigh, the left arm across the left ear. Or if you have a block or something, I like the block outside the right foot. So either way, outside the right foot, you can even bring the right hand to the ankle or right hand to the floor. The left arm is across the ear, rotate that left pinky forward, thumb higher, and notice the gaze. Keep the gaze under the left forearm or the left hand. And try to shorten this left torso a little bit by drawing that left rib closer to that left hip to make more space between the right ribs. Turn the right chest. Feel that left inner thigh pull up and back. One more breath. Look down, fingertips to the floor. Pick up the left heel, runner's lunge. Now, easy twist. Left hand to floor or the block, the right arm up to the sky. Hug that right hip in and back. Strong back leg. Now you can either stay in this easy twist, or I'm going to look down, bring this left hand slightly in front of the shoulder. I'm rotating to the outer edge of both feet, all 10 toes pointing towards the right side of the mat. You can always heel toe this right foot down the mat a little bit. And I'm going to lower the hips and the right arm reaches back. Left hip hovering. Inhale, lift the right hip, right arm over the ear, and exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, walk the hands to the left side of the mat. All 10 toes facing the left side of the mat, feet parallel. Now bend into the left knee, that right leg stays straight. And hands, you can either be on the fingertips or up on a block and lengthen the spine forward. So deep bend into the left knee, the right leg is straight, but you're really grounding into that whole right foot. You can either keep the hands on the floor, or if your core feels strong, you can bring the hands to heart center, shoulder blades together, or even arms wide. Couple of breaths here, lighten the toes. Feel that nice stretch on the inside of the right leg. One more breath. Good, hands to the floor, walk the hands to the top of the mat, re-bend into the right knee, step back, high plank, inhale. And optional lower chaturanga or straight to down dog, your choice. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, open the left hip. Lower that right heel towards the floor, left kneecap higher. And lower that left shoulder a little bit, pulling that right armpit up, pressing the hands down and forward, the left kneecap a little higher. Now inhale, straighten the left leg, rotate the left hip down. Warrior two, step the left foot between the hands, the right heel turns down, and take up so much space as you come up. So again, always just taking a few moments, a few breaths to check your alignment from the base up, always. So first the feet, the knees, your heel to heel or heel to back arch. That knee on top of the ankle. So if it's moving in front of the ankle, make your base a little bit longer. Feel that right thigh rotating externally. That right thigh a little bit internally. And draw the right ribs back into the body. Flip the left palm, reach up and back, reverse your warrior. Keep that left knee moving forward. Stay, exhale. Inhale here, reach. Exhale, side angle pose, the left elbow to the left thigh, the right arm across the ear. Or maybe the left hand goes deeper to the block or the ankle outside that left foot. If you're on the elbow, no just sinking in the elbow here, lifting and lengthening. Again, thinking about shortening this right side of the torso, the right rib a little closer to the right hip so you can make more space between the left ribs. And again, notice the gaze. If you're looking towards the back wall, your neck and spine is curving and going with you. So keep the gaze kind of under the right forearm or the right hand, turn the chest. One more big breath here. Look down, hands down, runner's lunge. You're on the fingertips, pick up the right heel. Now, without dropping the hips too much, easy twist. Right hand to the floor, left arm up to the sky. You could stay in your easy twist, or I like to bring the right hand slightly forward of the shoulder. I'm going to rotate to the outer edge of both feet. I'm going to even heel toe the left foot down the mat a little bit and lower the hips and hover, left arm reaching back. Inhale, lift the hips, left arm over the ear, fingertips towards the floor, and exhale, lower. Collarbone wide. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, walk the hands inside, both legs turning towards the right side of the mat, feet parallel. Lift and lengthen the spine. Inhale, now bend into the right knee. Really keep that left foot nice and flat and grounded so you're feeling the stretch along the inner left thigh. You can stay here, lengthening the heart forward, lengthening the spine nice and long. So instead of like sitting way back in the heels, body weight a little more forward, you can stay here or bringing the palms to prayer or even arms wide. Deeper bend into the right knee, 2 more breaths, draw the shoulder blades together. Soft face, 1 more breath. All right, hands to the floor, walk the hands to the top of the mat, toes turn forward, plant the hands, step back, high plank, inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in down dog. Open the mouth. Right leg lifts to the sky. Inhale. High lunge, exhale. Right foot between the hands, ground down and lift up. So if you're wobbly in your high lunge, you can just heel toe that right foot a little bit wider. Hug the right hip in and back. Arms by your side. Turn the palms to face down. Lunge as you pull that right hip back. Peel the right belly away from the thighs. Pause here. Feel the length from the left heel through the crown of the head. Shoulder blades together. Now slow motion, shift into warrior 3. You can step the back foot in and then lift that left leg up. I like to flex the left toes and rotate the left toes to the floor. So it's dropping that left hip, keeping the hips level, that right hip coming up. More of a challenge is arms by your ears. You can also blow this off and just keep the arms by your side. 2 more breaths. You can always soften that right knee a little bit. 1 more breath. Now hands to the hips, soften the right knee. Left knee comes up to the chest, standing up nice and tall. Strong, standing right leg. Figure 4, you're gonna flex the left ankle and cross it on top of the left knee, really above the left knee a little bit. Or sorry, the right knee. Pull the hips back as you bend the right knee. Now I'm not collapsing the chest, I'm just lengthening the heart forward. And you can stay right here. Or there's a lot of options. You can bring the hands to heart center. You can also forward fold with the hands on a block. You can also twist the left elbow outside the left elbow going in the sole of the left foot and extending the arms there. But for today, I'm just gonna pull the hips back, lengthen the heart forward, and enjoy the stretch, especially in that left hip. 2 more breaths, find your pose, keep the heart nice and long. 1 more breath. On your inhale, ground down, left knee up to the chest, arms up to the sky. Kick the left toes forward, inhale, lift up. High lunge, exhale, bend the right knee, left toes back in the mat. Arms up to the sky, inhale. Hands to heart center, belly on thighs, hands to the floor, pyramid. Carefully straightening both legs. I'm gonna step my back foot in just enough so I can ground this back heel. If the floor is really far away here, bring your hands up onto something. Ideally you have 2 blocks, but just work with what you have. Lift and lengthen your spine, inhale. And exhale, forward fold the torso over that right leg. Make sure that back heel is grounded. If it's not, just step the foot forward a little bit more. So it's like you're stepping more weight into the right foot and drawing that right hip up and back as that left belly is rotating towards the inner right thigh, and you really want the head to be heavy here. 2 more breaths. Every time the head is below the heart, it produces an automatic calming effect in the brain. 1 more breath here. Relax the shoulders. Lift and lengthen the spine. Inhale. Exhale, soften the right knee, plant the hands, downward facing dog. Deep breath in down dog. And let it go. Left leg to the sky, inhale. Exhale, high lunge, left foot steps between the hands. You're on the ball of the back foot. Ground down and lift up. Draw that left hip in and back. Again, if you're wobbly, just make your base a little wider by heel toeing that left foot wide. Palms towards the floor as you bring the arms back, shoulder blades together. Maybe the thumbs a little higher. Warrior 3, slow motion, shifting the weight into the left leg. Pull that left hip in and back, and the right leg lifts. And just be aware, you don't want to dip the shoulders below the hips. So keep the shoulders level with the hips. Rotate that right thigh internally. I do that by flexing the right foot. the toes to the floor. More of a challenge is arms by your ears. I'm gonna keep the arms by my side, shoulder blades together, palms facing down. One more breath, find a little more length. Now hands to the hips, soften the left knee, right knee up to the chest. Stand up nice and tall, pull the belly in. Figure 4, flexing the right ankle, crossing it on top of, or really above that right knee, right where the thigh hits the knee. Now I'm gonna pull the hips back and lengthen the heart forward. So I'm not totally upright, but I'm not collapsing at all. I'm just lengthening the heart forward, pulling the hips back like the seat is too far behind me, and feeling this nice stretch in the right hip. Of course, you have other options here. You can bring hands to heart center. You could twist the right elbow into the sole of the right foot. I like a block there, actually, bringing the, I'll give an example of this. Placing the right hand on the block, the elbow on the inner right foot, and maybe extending the arm to the sky. Again, that's all deepening the stretch, so just stay here, one more big breath, whatever pose you chose. And on the inhale, ground down, rise up, right knee up to the chest, arms up to the sky, kick the right toes forward, lift up. High lunge, bend the left knee, right toes back to the mat, arms up to the sky, inhale, hands to heart center, belly on thighs, hands to the floor, pyramid. Stepping your back foot in, lifting and lengthening, inhale. And exhale, forward fold over the leg. Deep breath here. And let it go. Again, hands elevated on something if the floor feels like, if you're struggling to reach the floor, if it's just a little too far away. The block's just gonna help you lengthen the spine a little bit more. One more breath. Lift and lengthen the spine. Inhale, soften the left knee, plant the hands, downward facing dog. You can spend 2 breaths here or move through Vinyasa. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath here. Exhale, right foot between the hands. Warrior 2, one more time. Blast open wide. Last little bit here, stay with me. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, Trikonasana triangle pose. I'm bumping this right hip under the left, keeping all the length on the right side. I like the block outside the right foot. So right hand to block or shin as needed, the left arm up to the sky. And here, yes, I'm pulling the right hip in and back, and this left hip, I'm opening this left hip to its max. What I can't open anymore, slight quarter turn down at this left hip point. Again, so my pelvis is pointing towards this top left corner of the mat. Then I'm turning the chest and opening the left arm to the sky. Draw the tailbone towards the heel, about 3 more breaths here. Lay the upper body back. Feel a sense of grounding down with the feet and the right hand and lifting up at the same time. 2 more breaths. Same thing with the legs. Right thigh rotating externally, left thigh a little bit internally. Last big breath. Look down, half moon. Take your time, maybe bringing the left hand to the left hip. I'm gonna bring my block, or if you have like a water bottle, whatever, something to put on your hand, it's under the right shoulder, making sure these right toes are straight forward, stacking this left hip on top of the right. Flexing your back foot like you're standing on the back wall. Maybe the left arm coming up to the sky, and turn the right ribs. If you have a bind in your practice, maybe a Chapasana or Ardha Chandra Virasana, bending the right knee, maybe to grab the top of the left foot. When you have the foot, first straighten the standing leg, and then you can kick back and open the left shoulder, or hug the heel in towards the seat for the Virasana version. One more big breath, 2 more breaths here. One more breath. If you have the foot, gently release, soften the knee, warrior 2, pause here, inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, step back, high plank, inhale. Listen, side plank. My left hand coming a little forward, rolling to the outer edge of the left foot, lifting the hips. And staying here, you can always modify by bending the left knee here. Stay, or wild thing, picking up the right foot, placing the ball of the right foot behind you. Left leg extends long, including the left foot, and the right arm comes up and back. One more big breath here, open the chest. And very carefully, high plank, inhale. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. That counts as our vinyasa. Left leg lifts to the sky, inhale. Warrior two, exhale, left foot between the hands. Right heel turns down, take up space. On your inhale, straighten the front leg. On the exhale, triangle pose, Trikonasana, keeping the length on the left side, the hand to the shin, or I really like the block outside. Whatever you have, put it outside the foot. The right arm up. Now first I'm gonna check my hips. So I'm pulling that left hip in and back. The right hip, yes, I'm opening to its max. I can't open anymore, so I'm slightly rotating that right hip down. Then extending the left side and opening the right arm up to the sky. About 3 more breaths here. Lay the upper body back. Feel that left thigh a little external rotation, right thigh a little bit internal. Draw the tailbone towards the back heel, lengthen the crown of the head forward. Last big breath. Half moon, look down, shifting the weight into the left foot. Take your block with you. We're not in a rush, so take your time getting into these poses. Make sure the left foot is straight forward, stacking the right hip on top of the left, flexing your back foot like you're standing on the back wall. Maybe the right arm to the sky, turn the left ribs. Feel that left inner thigh pull in and back. You could stay right here, even floating the fingertips, or Chapasana or Ardha Chandra Virasana, bending the right knee. Once you have the foot, straightening the left leg, then kicking back, opening the shoulder, or hugging the heel in towards the seat. 2 more breaths wherever you are, strong standing leg, maybe floating the fingertips. 1 more breath. If you have the foot, gently release. Warrior two, soften the left knee, right toes, back of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, step back, high plank, inhale. Side plank, roll the heels to the right. Stack the feet, or you can bring the left foot in front, or you can bend the knee to modify. Lift the hips up, left arm up, pelvis a little more forward. Stay or pick up the left foot. Wild thing, ball the left foot behind you, extend the whole right leg. The right foot pressing into the floor, lift the hips, the right chest a little higher. Open the front body, 1 breath. Very carefully, high plank, inhale, exhale back. Downward facing dog, child's pose. Bring the knees wide, hips back, arms long, hips a little side to side. Deep breath here, and let it go. Just checking in with yourself in your child's pose. And from child's pose, coming up to all fours, and then making your way all the way onto your belly. Bring the arms by your side, either keeping the arms by your side or interlacing the hands, thumbs at the low back. On the inhale, stretch the knuckles back, arms, head, and chest lift. Exhale, legs lift, Shalambhasana. 2 more breaths, inner thighs a little higher. Keep the gaze on the mat or a little beyond. No need to crank at the neck here. Keep the spine nice and long, and release. Maybe the left ear to the mat, let the back of the hands be on the floor. All right, chin forward. 1 more belly back bend, maybe opposite thumb on top, or arms can just stay by your side. On the inhale, arms, head, and chest lift, thumbs off the low back. Exhale, legs lift. Now you could stay here or transition Dhanurasana, bending the knees, grabbing tops of the feet or tops of the ankles, kicking back and up. Kicking right foot more, left foot more. Feel the right inner thigh higher, left inner thigh higher. 1 more big breath, and release. Opposite ear to the mat. Let the arms and legs go. Hips a little side to side, or you could windshield wiper the legs. And then press back, child's pose. All fours, downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale to the toes, bend the knees, jump through to your seat, lay down onto your back. We're gonna do 1 back bend here, 1 more back bend. Knees to the chest, you can rock a little side to side. Feet flat on the floor. Because it's just 1 back bend, maybe we'll just stay about 10 to 12 breaths so you know what's coming. If you're tired, you could do supported bridge, the block under the low back. But let's start with bridge. So feet flat on the floor, my fingertips are just grazing or just able to graze the heels. So I know my heels are under the knees, toes in, heels out. On the inhale, lift the hips and thighs straight up. Maybe going wobbling a little side to side, drawing the shoulder blades together, interlacing the hands, and lifting the hips and thighs up. So here you're grounding more the inner arches of the feet. You're feeling the outer hips lift, the kneecaps drawing forward. You're grounding into the heels and energetically hugging the heels towards the back of the mat to engage the glute and hamstring. Breathing into the chest, chest towards chin, the chin away from the chest, the gaze straight up to the sky or eyes closed. And you could stay here, or if you want to move towards an Urdhva Dhanurasana, releasing the hands, bringing the hands by the ears, fingers touching the shoulders. You can first press up to the top of the head, hug the elbows and arms and knees in, and then use the legs and the feet to press the chest towards the back wall. Couple breaths. One more breath. Wherever you are, tucking the chin, coming down one vertebra at a time, feet wide, let the knees kiss. Let's bring the right hand to the heart, left hand to the belly. Happy baby, grabbing the outer edges of your feet and drawing the knees towards the floor. So my arms are on the inside of the legs, and then I'm grabbing the outside edges of the feet. If that doesn't work, you can do peace sign fingers on big toes, or just wrap your arms around the thighs, pulling the thighs down. Try to get all the vertebrae down through the tailbone onto the floor, rocking a little side to side. You can even play with extending a leg at a time if that feels good, one at a time. All right, feet flat on the floor, figure four. Picking up the right ankle, kind of like we did standing up, the right ankle on top of the left knee. You could stay here with the right hand just pressing into the thigh away from the hip, or picking up the left foot. You can either interlace hands behind the thigh or in front of the left shin and relax the head, neck, and shoulders back. Another option here is to straighten the left leg and the hands come on top of the right leg, grabbing out of the shin, ankle, or foot, but only go there if you can still release the back of the head, the shoulders onto, and especially the front of the shoulders, into the earth on the mat. In your figure four, notice the left knee. Make sure it is stacked like a column on top of that left hip. It kind of likes to go towards the midline. Keep it directly above that left hip. And I like to bring the right elbow into the right thigh and just open the right thigh away from the hip a little bit more. Closing the eyes, a few more breaths here. Two more breaths. One more breath. And release. Both feet flat on the floor. Maybe knees knocked together just for a moment to neutralize the low back. Now left ankle on top of the right knee. And you can stay right here with the left hand pressing against the left thigh, opening it away from the hip. Or you can pick up the right foot, interlace the hands behind the right thigh, or if you have the space, in front of the right shin, or the leg straight up. If you're doing the leg straight up, the left arm comes on top of the left shin. Whatever option you choose, make sure you can relax the back of the head, the shoulders, and especially the front of the shoulders. They are relaxing back into the earth. Closing the eyes here, bringing the awareness internally. Really keep that left foot flexed. Maybe the elbow into the left thigh, pressing away from that left hip. Breathing really deeply into the hips here. About 4 more breaths. Really feel the breath in your back body. Behind the heart, making more space behind the heart. 2 more breaths. Again, that right knee stacked like a column on top of that right hip. 1 more breath. And release. All right, hands behind the thighs, rocking forward and back, forward and back. We're rocking up to our seat. Just checking the time here. Okay, good. Pulling the flesh out from the sit bones, sole of the right foot on the inner left leg, Janu Shirshasana. So the left leg is long, lifting up nice and tall. You can do arms up to the sky. Inhale, turn the torso towards that left leg. Exhale, forward fold. You can grab the shin, ankles, feet, or even just hands on the floor. I like to do the right hand on the foot, the left hand on the floor. As I press into the left hand, I'm pulling my left hip back a little bit. And again, drawing that right belly towards the inner left thigh. Head to knee pose. It's okay if the head is not close to the knee or the shin. You're just lengthening the heart forward, breathing into the back body. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Inhale, look forward, bring the upper body up and switch. The right leg is long, sole of the left foot, inner right leg. I'm reaching through that right heel. My leg is active, lift up nice and tall. Inhale, exhale, turning the torso towards that right leg and forward folding. Grabbing whatever you can, or if you have a strap or a shirt or a towel, you can always have that around the wide part of the foot. Lift and lengthen the spine. Inhale, and exhale, fold. Couple of breaths here. Again, pulling that right hip back a little bit, left belly towards the inner right thigh. Lengthen the heart forward to keep the spine nice and long. 1 more big breath. Inhale, look forward, bringing the upper body up. Okay, we're gonna do Bharadvajasana, which is a spinal twist. So I'm gonna bend the left knee. My left shin and left foot is really parallel with the left side of the mat. Then I'm bending the right knee and I'm placing the sole of the right foot on top of the left thigh. I'm leaning into the right hip and bringing the right fingertips behind me. So my left hip is off the mat. The left hand on top of the right knee as I lift my heart forward and then start to turn low spine, middle spine, upper spine, and then my head and neck are gazing over the right shoulder. And I'm really leaning into that right hip and lifting the heart and puffing out the chest as I twist, keeping the shoulders soft, collarbone wide. Keep the torso and everything where it is, just the head. Start to rotate the head over the front of the left shoulder. Breathing here, feeling nice and regal and majestic in this pose. Couple more breaths. 1 more breath. And release and just switch. So yes, I'm bending the right knee. For me, the right shin, the right foot is really parallel with this right side of the mat. I'm bending the left knee, the top of the left foot on top of the right knee. My right hand is coming on top of the right thigh, my left fingertips behind you as I'm leaning and lifting into the left hip. So my right hip is off the mat. So you're leaning forward, not sitting back. Leaning forward, lifting up nice and tall, puffing the heart up. I'm on the fingertips of the left hand, and then I start to turn. I'm using, again, the right hand, the leverage against the top of the left thigh to twist low spine, middle spine, upper spine, soft shoulders gazing over the left shoulder. Then keep the torso and everything where it is, just rotate the head over the right shoulder, kind of trying to look towards that right knee. But again, the torso and the heart puffing up and forward and twisting and getting a nice stretch of the neck here too. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And release. All right, final forward fold here. You have options. Paschimottanasana is legs long, Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees wide, or you could do a Upavishta Konasana, wide-legged forward fold. Wherever you are, pulling the flesh out from your sit bones, lifting up nice and tall. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Last pose here before we move into Shavasana. 3 big breaths into your back body. Just a reminder, this is a donation-based class. If you enjoyed class and would like to make a donation, great. Otherwise, no worries. I will just see you next time on the mat. Anyway, we're doing our last forward fold here. A couple more breaths. Really feel the space in the back body. The back ribs expanding. One more breath. Lengthen the heart forward. When you can't lengthen any more, then yes, you can let the head and neck go. Grounding the tops of the thighs. And on your inhale, lifting up. And if the legs are wide, bring the legs back together. You can do feet flat on the floor and make your way all the way onto your back for your Shavasana pose. If before Shavasana you want to do legs up for Viparita Karani just for a few moments, you can do that with the hips on the floor. You could also, if you have a block, place the legs, or rather the hips on top of a block, and just do a few moments of Viparita Karani. Legs straight up. Now the feet are on top of the hips, they're not over the head, so just notice that. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And when you're ready, bending the knees, lifting the hips up, removing the block, and making your way into final resting pose, Shavasana. So legs long. We'll just sit here for a minute or two. We won't take extra long Shavasana. Typically a Shavasana, I would say at least 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, but for the purpose of this timing, we'll just lay here for about a minute. So palms facing up, legs long, making a few last adjustments, then really trying to be still, taking a deep breath in and letting it go. Feel the weight of your body sinking into the earth. Feel gravity pulling you down. And scanning your body, top of the head all the way to the tips of the toes. Just notice where you can soften a little bit more. Soften the eyes. Let the tongue fall from the roof of the mouth. Soften the jaw. Space between the back teeth. With every breath, soften somewhere else in your body. Lay everything down on the mat and rest. And as I mentioned, typically we would stay here about 3 to 5 minutes. I'm running a little over time, so when you are ready, either feel free to stay here and take a longer Shavasana, or start to wake up the fingers and toes, wrists and ankles, rocking the head side to side, deepening your breath. And when you are ready, bringing the arms overhead, taking a full body stretch, reaching to the fingers and toes, taking a deep breath in, and letting it go. 1 foot to the floor, other foot to the floor, knees to the chest, big, big loving squeeze. Then bringing the right arm over the head, gently rolling to the right side, pausing for a moment, acknowledging your effort, taking really good care of yourself today, body, mind, and spirit, thinking of something you're grateful for in this moment. And then very gently, easily, making your way back to a tall seat. Reclaiming your tall spine, bringing your palms in prayer, Anjali Mudra. And also as part of your Shavasana, you could always sit in a seated position just for a few moments as well. Soft bow of the chin towards the heart, lifting the heart into the thumbs, taking a deep breath in and letting it go. And just observing how you feel in this moment, the state of your mind, how you feel in your physical body, and take it with you the rest of the day, no matter where you are. Taking a deep breath in, letting it go, And bring the thumbs to the third eye, your seat of intuition and inner wisdom, taking a deep breath in here. And we bow down, sealing the practice, namaste. All right, thank you everyone for being here. Greetings from San Francisco. No matter where you are in the world, hope you really enjoyed practice.